Hi, this is Lindsay Miller with your news headlines for Tuesday, February 16th. Today, Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson held a news conference to, as he said, debunk the notion that supporting his Arkansas Works program is akin to supporting Obamacare. Was he successful? No, of course not, because it's clearly Arkansas Works, the private option, or whatever you want to call using federal dollars to allow low-income people to purchase insurance would not be possible without the Affordable Care Act. But the governor did make some salient political points. He said that it would be unfair to punish poor Arkansans while middle-class people enjoyed subsidies from Obamacare on the exchange. He said that Obamacare was decided in Washington, that none of the numerous legislators who stood behind him at the press conference had voted on it then. Instead, they are trying to pick up the pieces as best as they can. He said that the private option has improved health access across the state. Finally, and most importantly, probably in terms of making his case, he noted that without it, it would leave a $100 million plus hole in the budget, and that all sorts of other things like paying for highways, cutting taxes, paying for education would be difficult to do without it. He said to balance the budget without those Medicaid expansion dollars, we would have immediate $100 million deficit, and that is on the conservative side. Meanwhile, Mayor Mark Stodola yesterday told the Arkansas Art Center's Board of Trustees that the city would wait to see what private fundraising can be done around the Art Center before the city approaches, before putting out the bond for bid after the successful election last week. The bonds are expected to give the Art Center anywhere between $32 and $33 million. The mayor has called this a $65 million project, but Art Center representatives have been reluctant to put any sort of figure on the projected private fundraising. And they've said that they're going to hire a consultant who will help them determine how much they should raise. The Democrat Gazette reported this morning that a soup ministry in Carroll County has resumed providing soup to homeless people after it was initially shut down by the state health department. But it resumed after taking advantage of the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, a law that was pushed by Representative Bob Ballinger in 2015 and became a high-profile, controversial issue, largely because critics saw it as a way that LGBT people might be targeted. Of course, at the time, critics also said that it had been used in other locales as a way for sort of not mainstream activity to happen under the law, like ritual chicken sacrificing. Ballinger told the Democrat Gazette it was a perfect example of the soup kitchen incident was a perfect example of government having too much regulation and not enough reason for any government to try to shut down a person who's trying to feed the homeless. It's pretty foolish. The health department may need to change its regulations. It may need more flexibility, as David Ramsey noted in a blog post in the Arkansas blog today. But that's a matter of governance. It's sort of crazy to think that this is a religious issue, but that's where we are with this new RFRA Act. Meanwhile, in the latest chapter in ever nutty Donald Trump news, Trump was asked on Michael Savage's radio show today whether there's anything to the conspiracy theories floating around that Antonin Scalia was murdered. Trump declined to respond, but said, "I'm hearing it's a big topic, and they say they found a pillow in his face," which is a pretty unusual place to find a pillow. There you go. More on the Arkansas blog, including some endorsements from local leaders for the Marco Rubio campaign that's going to be there later this afternoon. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.